Back in 1999, I started a small company called Corporate Telemarketing Limited. The Assistant Chief Fire Officer at that time approached me with the idea of making appointments for firefighters to go out and carry out home fire safety checks. The idea of Fire Service Direct was that we brought together a small contact centre to make these appointments. But because I was a small company, the best way to do that was by operating an arm's length company, which would be based at Bootle and Netherton Fire Station. Across the country, nobody else was doing home fire safety checks, but the reality of it was that it was working. We were getting into people's homes and we were making people not only safer but feeling safer. I remember the Chief Fire Officer at the time saying it was a world first. We started running sometime in 2000, I think it was about May time 2000, and we invited the then Fire Minister Ian McCartney along to open Fire Service Direct. We were making about 1,000 appointments a week back then. They were easy appointments to make, and we knew that people were criticising us for just sending them to anywhere, but you have to start somewhere, and that's what we did. Fire Service Direct was really successful, and on that basis started to grow, and the demands on the call centre were increasing. So what was decided is, from a procurement point of view, the fire service had to go out to tender. The company that won the contract was a company called Loop, who were based over in Bradford. In 2004, I was asked if I would manage the project and bring Fire Service Direct back in-house. Bringing Fire Service Direct back into Merseyside was met with much enthusiasm, not just in headquarters but across the organisation. I mean, it would have been quite easy to say, oh well, let's just do exactly what had ever gone before, but what we decided to do was, what can we do for the same amount of money? What can we give to provide better value for money? And we decided that we weren't only just going to provide appointments, we were also going to try and data capture all of the home fire safety checks. Working with community fire safety, we are looking to contact the most vulnerable in our society, and the focus is now moving away from quantity of appointments to quality of appointments. If Fire Service Direct was to become a social enterprise, it would allow them to be able to bring funds back to the organisation for the continuation of community safety initiatives. We've got people who we have approached, such as local authorities and PCTs, to share information. So that helps us reach the vulnerable in our database. On the other side of that, we've obviously advertised our services, and we now have a couple of contracts in place where Fire Service Direct is actually providing a service for the likes of Liverpool health trainers. So we're managing a free phone service for them. I've had an inquiry with regards to Smoke Free Liverpool. You know, how can we, as Fire and Rescue Service Contact Centre, work with them? And it ultimately saves money across the whole of Merseyside, because if they had to set their own contact centre up, it would cost them much more than what we can provide them with here.
What we tend to do, we look at people that we haven't seen for 5 years, we'll give them a call, see if they're happy with their alarms, if they need any replacement, or they just want another visit for another chat. We've got a database that'll record a calendar daily, and each station's daily calendar has a certain number of slots that we fill for appointments. Once they're full, we'll send the appointments off to the station. It's not just about the alarms, it's about the safety advice. That's the most important thing, what to do in the event of a fire, escape routes, basic safety.
Well, it's been a real honour to be allowed to be involved with something that was so innovative back in 1999, and I've just been in the right place at the right time, and yet of course I'm proud that Fire Service Direct is still going and it's growing, and it's helping us, the authority, to meet with the needs of the vulnerable people in our society today.